Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and in this video we have some Retribution Paladin single target buffs coming on May 6th, so I assume that's probably the next reset without looking. So they put this out earlier today, about an hour before I'm making this video, and Ret is getting some single target buffs. Let's go through these and talk about what they mean. Blade of Justice, damage increased by 80%, does not apply to PvP. So I assume, because everything else is specifically like single target stuff, I assume that the Blade of Justice buff will be not for Blade of Vengeance. So when our Blade of Justice becomes like a cleave spell, and right now we take Holy Flames there, we can just show you real quick. Hold on. Right here, Blade of Vengeance. I assume this is literally only for Blade of Justice, to keep it in the single target range. If not, then this could maybe be a switch talent for AoE, we'll see, but I assume it's single target. Okay, so let's just assume that. Divine Arbiter damage increased by 50%, does not apply to PvP combat. So this is obviously something you're going to take most of the time for single target only. So again, single target focused buff there. And then of course Final Verdict, which you're going to be using in single target environments, the damage is increased by 10%, does not apply to PvP combat. Now that's a pretty decent thing by itself right there. But when you total all this stuff up, we're going to get, I mean, let's just estimate, I guess. But like if you do the math, it'll depend, because if you do the math off the you know, the Raidbot's Top Gear sim, or if you do it off of your personal sim, or if you do it off of Warcraft logs, let's say it's between like 4 and 6% buff for single target. So, you know, patchwork stuff for raid basically. Or a boss at the end of a delve or something like that, or you know, you're usually not going to be in single target spec for Mythic Plus, but if you're in single target spec, it'll be about a 4 to 6%, let's say, to give us a little bit of a range there. Single target buff for Ret. This is very good news. Ret is very low on the overall damage rankings in raid right now. Some of that is because there is some very minor AoE fights, like where it's like quick burst AoE, and for Ret to participate in that quick burst, it kind of throws off all of our cooldowns. It's like a whole discussion to get into there, so that's part of it. But this really helps for just the straight single target bosses, which there are a few of those, including like Sprocketmonger, a boss that my guild is about to kill. We should have probably killed it this week, but a pure single target boss like that, it'll really help Ret out and move us up a little bit more on those rankings. Obviously 5% isn't going to, you know, change everything or whatever. It doesn't put us into the best or something like that, but it does make us a lot better than what we currently are, or 5% better. If you don't consider that a lot, it makes us a little bit better than where we are right now. I'm definitely happy about it. I didn't necessarily think that was going to be coming. Ret is very fun to play right now. A lot of times when something's fun to play, they don't mess with it a ton. Obviously, this doesn't change anything really as far as pressing your buttons. You know, maybe Blade of Justice would surpass Judgment on priority there because of this, but overall doesn't really change very much at all. Just a straight buff, kind of a passive buff, right? So all good, all happy, everything good there. Before we end the video, obviously I would love to be doing Ret content right now. There's tons of people playing Ret Paladins. I'm enjoying my Ret Paladin still. I've been doing a little bit of higher keys, as I said in a previous video, where I'm gonna at least try to push to 3,000 just to get the achievement or the mount for 3,000. And so I've been having fun playing Ret. I love playing right now, but there has been a ton of stuff to do content on. I did just do a video on the PTR testing out the new ability helper thing and the one button macro thing, the one button helper, whatever you want to call it. And I will probably be doing another one of those focusing on AoE. The first one I did was just pure single target and going over what I saw there. So I might do another one of those on AoE. I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight now because this information came out. So maybe that'll be like tomorrow or something like that. But that's something that I want to do as well. I am looking for other content to do that's interesting. Like I don't like making just content that's completely worthless just because it says Ret Paladin on it. You know, the reality is a certain amount of people will view it because I do that, but that's not really what I want to do. I like to make stuff that's at least interesting. It at least has to interest me. That's my bar. So it's not the highest bar because most Ret Paladin things interest me, but I do have a bar to clear when I make stuff, but I hope to be doing more. Obviously, when actual changes come out, that makes it a lot better. So all in all, long story short, TLDR, 4 to 6% single target damage buff, and hopefully more Ret Paladin content coming down the pipe. At least another video about the ability helper as I delve into the AoE section of it. So enjoy your buff on, I assume, reset day. We can check that real quick too. Is it May 6th? Is that reset? Yes. So enjoy your single target buff on reset day. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel because that helps me out a lot. If you're already a subscriber, I encourage you to check out the Patreon. And other than that, everybody have a good one.